Welcome to News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss here on the news for January 11th, 2021. Disney's Magical Express service, which provides guests with transportation between Orlando International Airport and the Walt Disney World Resort, will be ending in 2022. In fact, the service is set to end on January 1st of that year. While Disney's Magical Express service is still available for stays through that date, Magical Express is no longer providing luggage delivery for those arriving to and departing from Orlando International Airport. Resort airline check-in service is also no longer available. Here's the official statement from Walt Disney World. Quote, vacationers have more options to choose from than ever for transportation, including rideshare services that save time and offer more flexibility to go where they want, when they want. In light of this shift, when Disney Resort hotel bookings open for stays in 2022, we will no longer offer Disney's Magical Express service for airport transportation, starting with arrivals January 1st, 2022. We will continue to operate the service for new and existing reservations made at Disney hotels for arrivals throughout this year. Additionally, complimentary transportation options such as buses, monorails, and Skyliner will continue to be available within Walt Disney World Resort for resort hotel guests, including to and from all 4 theme parks. This is kind of insane. I mean, I don't know that pre-pandemic there weren't a lot of people taking Magical Express, but this seems like just the loss of another great service that should be offered, right? Since the start of Walt Disney World's phased reopening, extra magic hours have been suspended due to restricted hours during COVID-19. Now it seems the resort guest benefit won't ever come back at all, at least not in its previous form. Resort guest early entry will soon be replacing extra magic hours at Walt Disney World. As part of the 50th anniversary celebration, Disney Resort hotel guests and guests of other select hotels will be able to enjoy 30-minute early entry to any theme park every day. According to Disney, the new early theme park entry benefit helps them better spread visitation across all 4 parks while providing added flexibility by giving guests extra early park time on each day of their vacation and in the park of their choosing. Please note that guests need valid admission and a park reservation made via the Park Pass system to enter a theme park. Of course, extra magic hours were first introduced in the early 2000s as a complimentary benefit for resort hotel guests. Hours were released as part of the park operations calendar with a specific park and time slot being morning or evening and time frame 1 to several hours indicated. Guests would then plan their visit around extra magic hours to maximize their time in the park. This is on the opposite side. I think this is a very positive change. Because I think it allows you to go wherever you want on a given day. Extra magic hours would push people into certain parks, and I found that extra magic hour days in a certain park would be busier because you were pushing all your resort guests there. This is more akin to things they do in other places. Tokyo Disney Resort did a Magic 15, which may not seem like a lot of time, but it gave you the jump you needed on the day. This extra 30 minutes, I think, is enough time to give people a fair jump on the day. And the fact that you would get it every day, no matter where you go, I think it's a good improvement. Liberty Square Market, a quick service location at the Magic Kingdom, will close for refurbishment on January 11th. The refurbishment is expected to last 3 weeks. The My Disney Experience app informs guests of the closure. Quote, beginning January 11th, Liberty Square Market will be closed. The offering is expected to return in February. Liberty Square Market serves a variety of snacks, including turkey legs, as the lady would yell, and Mickey pretzels. The location has an outdoor seating area with the, as I often say in the live stream, the baked potatoes, where you would eat the baked potato from the stall. Don't ask. According to the Walt Disney World website, operating hours for Liberty Square Market will resume Tuesday, February 2nd at 10:30 a.m. Though the ride is still not open to guests, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover is once again operational at the Magic Kingdom. We spotted People Mover trains being tested at full speed all around Tomorrowland. Neither guests nor cast members are riding in the trains, but they seem to be fully functional. People Mover has been closed since early March 2020, even before the pandemic shutdown. The ride has been under refurbishment, with work recently being extended through January 30th. And with this, it looks like maybe early February will be the official opening of the ride. Since the Walt Disney World theme parks reopened in July of 2020, characters have been greeting guests from a distance. Anna has been appearing in front of Royal Sommerhus in the Norway Pavilion. Guests were separated from Anna by a fence and a gated barrier. Now Anna has a bit more space to roam. She's now on the grass. This is being done more often now because the Frozen Cavalcade is no longer a part of the daily entertainment at the park. So instead, you can catch Anna and maybe at some point Elsa out in this garden by the Royal Sommerhus in Norway. The Donald Duck audio animatronic is completely gone from Grand Fiesta Tour at Epcot, and now so is his sombrero shrine. The animatronic was removed about a week ago following a malfunction. For several days, a sombrero memorial was in Donald's place, but now it's gone. Maybe they needed the sombrero back to put on the fixed figure. Maybe it'll be back tomorrow. Who knows? Of course, a similar thing happened to the Jose Karaoke animatronic last year as well. And hopefully Donald will be back soon. The construction walls at the entrance of the France Pavilion expansion in Epcot are gone and have been replaced with a row of rolling planters, a sign that we're one step closer to walking down the boulevard and taking a ride aboard Remy's Ratatouille adventure. The temporary planters signal that the pavilion is prepped and just about ready to welcome guests, perhaps for a soft opening very soon. Peering past the hedges, we can see some painter's tape and safety cones still up. Final touches are being made before the expansion finally opens. But again, usually when these planter things roll up, it's usually a matter of days until some sort of preview, whether it's for cast or for guests or pass holders or whoever is happening. So we are getting very close to the opening of this attraction in this area. This past weekend was the start of the Taste of the Epcot International Festival of the Arts. Went around the park and tried everything that was new to the festival this year. You can read our full reviews of every single festival booth on our website. Disney's Contemporary Resort will have limited availability beginning in April 2021 as rooms are being refurbished. The refurbishment is scheduled to last through September of 2021, just in time for the resort's 50th birthday. No more information is known about the refurbishment, but you may remember that some test rooms were done with an Incredibles theme. This came a couple months after we told you that Disney was planning on turning the Wave restaurant in the bottom floor of the resort into the Incredibles Steakhouse. So neither of those things have been confirmed at this point, but with a couple-month-long room rehab coming up, anything is possible. What's interesting about this is both this and the Polynesian, who will both turn 50 on October 1st, are getting room remodels. The Polynesian getting rooms with IP from Moana, and perhaps the Contemporary getting the Incredibles as Walt Disney World continues to include intellectual properties in every single part of your vacation. With Tokyo Disney Resort drastically reducing park capacity to 5,000 guests a day at both Disneyland and Disney Sea amid the new state of emergency, the Oriental Land Company has announced that 25 dining outlets across both parks will temporarily reclose. Additionally, updated last reservation times for the table service restaurants have been revealed. Head on over to our website to read all about it. Tokyo Disney Resort loves its small mystery boxes, which special sets themed to anything from special events like the new Fantasyland grand opening to attraction posters to popcorn cart cranks. The latest addition to this family is dedicated purely to the characters of Tokyo Disneyland's Critter Country. This might be the greatest thing I've ever seen. Each box comes with one of 6 figures. Guests can buy a set with all 5 plus a 6th mystery character, or they can buy individual boxes to see what they get. It is super cool to see these obscure characters represented. Grandma Sarah's, which is, of course, a restaurant inside Splash Mountain, has its sign represented here. And my personal favorite, a longtime WDWNT staple, Rackety Raccoon of Rackety Raccoon Saloon, getting some representation as well. These are fantastic. Fantasy Springs, the exciting and massive expansion of Disney Sea opening in 2023, just keeps chugging along. The most exciting thing we spotted this time around when we looked at the ongoing construction was some framework for the mountains around the Peter Pan and Frozen areas. You can check out our video tour in 4K on our YouTube channel right here, and you can visit our site to see all these photos. Since our last visit, the 4th floor of the unnamed Fantasy Springs Hotel has mostly been completed as well, with the rest of the concrete in place. On the other side, the smaller wing of the hotel that only just started construction finally has some supports in the ground. The next step is probably the pouring of concrete for the structure. The south side of the structure appears to taper off after a certain point, and a couple of new stories have been added since our last visit. But without windows, it's hard to tell how tall this wing will be. What little we can see of the interior area of construction also shows little new development aside from the new stories mentioned previously. Overall, the Fantasy Springs Hotel has sure come a long way the past few months. It's only 2 years now until we get to stay there for ourselves. Over in the land, the most significant addition in the Frozen area is the basic framework for Elsa's North Mountain, which is now up in the sky. Scaffolding has quickly risen around the always tricky to spot area where the Tangled boat attraction will eventually be. It looks like quite a bit of external framework has also gone into place for the details on the building's exterior. If scaffolding is rising on Tangled, it has fallen around this small building next to Peter Pan. It's rather small and simple, meaning it could be perhaps something that related to the Pixie Hollow element that has been promised, or maybe even just a snack bar. Contrary to the North Mountain over in the Frozen area, it appears concrete rockwork has already been laid in place on top of the Peter Pan show building. The tarp covering the massive door on the Peter Pan building has been removed, but there's unfortunately not very much to see. Outer coverings for the Central Power Plant building are almost done with installation with only a small corner remaining. Of course, Fantasy Springs again set to open in Tokyo Disney Sea in 2023. For nearly a century, the Walt Disney Company has been primarily based out of California, but according to a new report from the Orlando Business Journal, things could be changing soon as the company is reportedly considering moving a number of its divisions to Florida. Jack Withouse and Richard Bilbo write that Disney could be relocating part of its company to Lake Nona, a master planned community in southeastern Orlando. The move comes as a number of companies, including Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, have announced relocations to the southeastern states, which have a tendency to be more tax-friendly and supportive towards businesses. Reportedly, Disney hasn't signed any deal with the community yet, and it's unsure which division or how people would make the move. Recently, Disney has had struggles with California, particularly with regard to the state's restrictions, which have kept the parks of the Disneyland Resort closed since March. Meanwhile, Florida's guidelines have allowed Walt Disney World to operate since July. Lake Nona developer Tavistock Development Company didn't comment on the story. Jeff Sweeney, a managing director at Cushman & Wakefield, who isn't involved in the possible move, said that Disney has compelling reasons to move more of its divisions to Orlando, saying, quote, "We've seen time and time again in the last 12 months corporations leaving California for other markets that are business friendly. You look at what happened to theme parks in California versus Florida, that's a big financial impact on the organization, coupled with the cost of operations and personal income tax for employees, in addition to other California regulations." Tuna Amobi, director and industry analyst for CFRA Research, added that it's unlikely to be a complete relocation as the film and television production is already rooted deeply in Los Angeles and New York for the company. More likely, it would be the theme parks divisions to move, likely additional support and operations departments, most of which do still operate out of California. A new Tervis Tumbler will quench your thirst for both beverages and Disney's contemporary resort. The 24-ounce tumbler is exclusive to the classic Walt Disney World Hotel. The artwork covers most of the transparent tumbler, and it's inspired by the art of Mary Blair. Blair designed the resort's Grand Canyon Concourse mural, of course. The resort logo and fireworks round out the design. The tumbler is available only at BVG for $26.99. Can you feel the love tonight? Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and Shop Disney has a new The Lion King Magic Band to celebrate the occasion. The Magic Band's design is inspired by the classic Can You Feel the Love Tonight scene. Simba and Nala press their foreheads together on one side of the blue Magic Band, and there are white hearts throughout, and the words Happy Valentine's Day and one printed in pink font. The Magic Band comes in a special box, also covered with hearts, and with the words We Are One on the top. The limited edition size is 2,000. There's a limit of 2 per guest. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to WDWNT.com. This program is brought to you by the Vacationeer, our official travel agent sponsor. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next magical trip. The best part, their services are free. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. The Vacationeer, the official travel agency of WDWNT. Also, don't forget about the Carousel of Products, which has a sale ongoing. Our Merry Splashmas tee and as well our socially distancing Nemo coral shirt are both on sale for just $15 each now. And also, if you spend $75 or more, you can use the code ROBINS to save 10%. So visit us at carouselproducts.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today on YouTube for more great content, click the bell for notifications, and make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Looking for the latest in Disney news on the go? Then download WDWNT the app. From news to videos to park hours and more, WDWNT the app is your one-stop shop for the latest from the Disney world. Available on iPhone and Android, just search for WDWNT in your device's app store.